I have to stop for a second and
No.
tell you I'm obsessed with your hat.
I have to stop for a second and tell you that I'm obsessed with your look. You look unbelievable.
You look unbelievable. Oh my God, that hat is incredible. I'm fully distracted now. Okay. Professional. Focus, Rachel.
We'll bring
Focus.
it back.
Well, I want to say, first of all, it's so lovely to meet you. I have been blown away by your work for years, and this is no exception. Catherine broke my heart, but also really inspired me. Her story was one that I had no idea about. I feel like it was lost to time. So I'm so excited to have gotten to get to know her. I'm curious for you, how did you feel when you first learned about her, and were there elements to her that you really connected with?
Yeah, I think that I knew very little about her life and her story and how it related to the Dior fashion house before joining this show. And then I think, I was just really trying to find pieces of her that I could connect with, because there's obviously so much of her lived experience that I will never understand. But I think what really kept me going through a lot of that preparation was this idea of her connection with her brother. I have brothers of a similar age, like age gap. So for me, it felt like, having that kind of beacon of hope and really going deep into this character exploration and leaving a lot of my world and my life behind and just like really throwing myself into Catherine's psyche. The thing that kind of kept me together was this idea that like one day I would get to see Christian again, or like, my brother again, like just really trying to bring it into something that felt familiar to me.
Oh, the relationship between, brother and sister is so powerful in this. And you talk about like having the hope of seeing them again. I read actually an interview today that you had done where you talked about sort of the physical toll that this role took on you. And
Yes.
I found myself wondering, how do you balance getting to the place that you need to as an actor to do the kinds of things that you did with this role, but also taking care of Maisie, the human person?
Yeah. Well, I think that, I do a lot of meditation. I do a lot of yoga. And I feel like those two things have been such useful tools in really just like centering my nervous system to a place that I can do all of these really, really incredibly emotional things and like, really go deep dive in my imagination, but still come back out and have that like kind of safety net of being protected. I also have the most incredible friends and family who are so willing to give me the time and space to be able to throw myself into a role like this. I think I didn't speak to a lot of people for about 8 months, and you can imagine. Yeah, you can imagine that can be very, very challenging for a lot of your relationships. And I think I've been very lucky that people have been very understanding of that. And so, when I got to come back into the world and see them all again, it was obviously like unbelievable and really great fun. But the fact that they are so willing to let me do that and still, not, give me shit about it is nice. Because otherwise I don't get to do the job that I love. So I appreciate that from them.
Well, that's good. Support is so important. And I mean, absolutely. So I want to ask one more question, which is about sort of one of the major themes that I really connected with in this, which is this idea that like a nation could heal through the hope created by creativity, as with these designs. Now, you are someone who is a creative. You make art. Is that something, does that feel true to you? And if so, is it something that you think about at all in your capacity as an actor?
Yeah, I think it does ring true to me. Whether like the work that I have individually done has brought a nation back to its feet, but just I think that we heal through art. That's how we learn about ourselves, about the things that we've been through. That's how we reflect. And I think that that's how, we as a culture have always kind of moved through painful things. And I think it's such a beautiful message, and it like really transcends fashion fashion and art and film and television. And it really just like it really is something that unites us all. And I love that we get to explore that through this particular story. But I think it rings so true. And I think that, you know, without art, we're not even, you know, human anymore.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. This has been so much fun. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today and wearing this amazing hat. You have absolutely made my day.
Thank you. It's so lovely to chat with you.